Hey guys, this is the third part of our video for reviewing. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Number 31, the expression r times t can be used to find the distance traveled by an object that has an average speed of r over t time. So we plug in the speed, which is 12.5 miles per hour, times time, which is 2.2. When we multiply those, we get 27.5. If we do it with a calculator, if you don't do it with a calculator, you have to take 12.5 times 2.2, and 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2. Bring down a 0 to hold place value, 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and 2 times 1 is 2. When we add, we get this, and then it's 2 decimal points, so it's 27.5. The area of a triangle is the base times the height cut in half. This is the base, this is the height. Okay, the way that I know it is because I see this right angle, and the base is always perpendicular to the height. So 15 times 8, and if I get these two confused, and I call this the height, or excuse me, this the base and this the height, it's still going to give me the same answer. So I get 120 divided by 2 is 60 square units. Okay, let's move on up. All right, so if we're looking at these, the table below shows the number of canoes rented over the past. Okay, they want us to find the median and the first quartile. So the first thing that I have to do is rearrange the numbers in order. Okay, the range is the highest minus the low, so 32 minus 15 gives me 17 for the range. The median are the middle number, but there's 2 in this case, so we have to find their average by adding them and dividing them by 2. When we do that, we get 25 as the median. Okay, from there, we take and we look at all the numbers before the median, so 24 to 15, and we find their middle number right here between 17 and 21, which would be 19. So this right here is called the first quartile. And then we do the same thing over here, 26 through 32. The middle number would be in between 28 and 30, which is the third quartile, 29. And then what's their range, which is the interquartile range, is 10. So if you look at this, the middle is 19, the middle is 29, subtract them and we get 10. Okay, the next one, a carpenter is putting 4 legs on each table. Okay, so that would mean that for each table, you have to multiply the tables by 4 to get the number of legs for F. Okay, number 35. What is the equivalent ratio to this one? Well, if I look at 16 and 10, that simplifies to 8/5, which is not 5/8. 5 to 13 and 5 to 8 are not the same. 25 and 44 are already simplified, so that's not right. But 15 out of 24, both of them are divisible by 3, and they give you 5/8. So that's why that one works. Okay, let's look at the next ones. Number 36. Kylie surveyed several classmates, and we want to know which ones visited more than 15 states. So we got to look at anything greater than 15 and not including 15. So there's 7 here, 3 here, and 2 here. 7 plus 3 plus 2 is 12. So that's why we get H. Okay, on the next one, let's look over here at 38. Which of the following represents the decimal? And if we do 32 hundredths, it would look like this as a fraction, 32 hundredths, but that's not simplified. Divide by 2, we get 16 fiftieths. But that's not simplified either. Divide by 2 again, and we get 8 25ths, and now it's simplified. So I would be our answer. Okay, number 39. If we look at this, Jeremy can purchase a 1 2/10 pound package for $4.55. It's always money over items. So 455 over 1.2. You can divide by using long division, or in this case, I'm going to just divide using my calculator, and I get $3.79 for 1. Over here, the $6.30 for 1 6/10 packages, that equals $3.94 for 1. So I know that this one is cheaper. That's why the half pound or 1 2/10 pounds package is the better rate. Okay, on number 37, we are going to find the surface area. So in this case, I've got a triangular prism. That means that the base is 2 triangles. There's 2 of them. So I'm going to find the area of this. 9 by 6 shape, cut in half, and 9 times 6 gives me a total of 54. When I cut that in half, I get 27, but I'm going to double it because I have 2 of them. So I'm back to 54, okay? So we've got 54 plus, and 9 times 15, and 8 times 15, and a 7 times 15. So 9 times 15 is 135 added on. 8 times 15 is 120 added on. And 7 times 15 is 105 added on. And when we add them all together, we get B, 414 square centimeters. Okay, the next one, Pamela is leading server on her volleyball team. She averages 44%, so that's 44 out of 100, and we set that equal to some number out of 25. So how do I get from 100 to 25? Divide by 4, divide 44 by 4, and I get 11. Okay, let's look at the next one. What percent is represented here? Well, we have 100% filled in on this one, and we're missing 2 10s and a 5, so 75% over here, so 175%. The surface area of this one, you take the square base, 10 times 10, which equals 100, and you're going to add that to all of these sides, which we're assuming they're all the same since this is 10 by 10 and the height is 14, then all of them are 10 by 14 triangles. So we get 140 cut in half, which equals 70. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, so I have to take 70 times 4 and then add the 100. So I get 280 plus 100 equals 380. Okay, on the next ones, let's look at 42 and 45. 42, which best describes the center data if there are no outliers and no big gaps? The middle number is going to help us if we have an outlier, because an outlier is a really big number or a really, really small number based on whatever your data set is. It's a number that's furthest away. So if this is my data set, if I'm surveying people's ages at a daycare, and then the teacher says that she's 37 or he's 37, all of these are kids, and then the teacher is the outlier. So if we wanted to find the average age of the people in that room, we would want to take the median, which would be 3.5 years old, versus taking the average, because the 37 is going to skew that data if we use the mean. Okay? If there's no big gaps, the median is best. Otherwise, if there's big gaps, then we use the mode. Okay, we only use the range to figure out how wide the things are that we're using, the data set. Okay, which of the following shows this property? Okay, well, if you're taking 4 away from both sides, that's the subtraction property. Okay, let's look at 43 and 46. Complete the function. So we're plugging in 1 times 3 and taking 1 away, that's 2. You're doing that for each one of these, and these are your answers, because 6 minus 1, so it's increasing by 3 every time. Okay, if you're looking at a pattern. As long as these are going up by ones, you can do that. Which of the following inequalities is graphed here? Well, it's a solid dot, so it's an equal to, so it's got to be one of these two, and it's less than, so it's this one, H. Okay, let's look at 47. Okay, somewhere I missed you on this. So on this one, this is an outlier at 250, or no, excuse me, 275. And notice that these are not symmetric. This whisker and this whisker aren't the same size, and neither are the two boxes. Over here, the Pirates football game has 75%. So we want to figure out what that is if they've already played 9 games. So simplify 75 over 100 to 3/4 times by 3 on both sides, and you get 9 and 12, so 12 games. Okay, let's look at 48. What is the area of the trapezoid? Well, we can break this, that's a horrible line, we can break this into 2 triangles, which we know then makes a rectangle, but if we don't know that, it's a 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 times 6 cut in half gives me a total of 18, and then cut it in half, and that's 9, but there's 2 of them. So this one's 9 and this one's 9. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 6 by 6 shape, or 36. Add them together. 9, 9, and 36 make 54. And that's all I have for you today, and I will see you next time.